And we're back. Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal, back at it again, giving you that gay shit you love while playing some more Earthbound. So last time we were here, we got our souls ripped out of our bodies and put into robots, which apparently it's supposed to facilitate time travel, but I don't know about that. I was expecting us to get put into like Twink-like Mega Man style robots, but instead we got put into these big old blocky things, which is honestly fashion. We're looking a little bit cute here, look a little bit goofy with that hat on our head, but that's fine. This time around, we're going to take our big old clunky bodies and use it to murder the final boss, which I'm hyped about, because we have been doing this Let's Play for literally like 1,000 million years. I have basically just really struggled with completing this Let's Play. But we're here, and we are in some good guts right now, because man, it looks a little bit inappropriate in here. And this is actually the area that the final boss is located in. But as a heads up, I want to let y'all know that I'm thinking of doing a Q&A video for the next video I release, hopefully. So if y'all have any questions y'all want to ask me about me, or Let's Playing, or gay shit, or you just want to hear me talk about something, feel free to leave questions in the comments, and I can answer them in the next video altogether. Like if you just really are burning and learn more about Ethan Bonreal, etc, etc, go ahead and do it, and I would appreciate that. And if y'all don't, I'll just fucking play Hearthstone or something and complain the whole time about something. I'll find something to rant about. But anyway, oh man, oh she's brinking. Okay, let's touch it. Is pulsating, ma. So this unspeakable thing, oh my god, so inappropriate. Has Ness's face in the center of it, and this is actually the machine that is containing Gigyas, the evil entity that is the final boss. However, we are going to have a little bit of delay with dealing with him because it's fucking Pokey here. Ness, you dumb, stupid cuck. Are you surprised? It's me, Pokey. And I'm here to remind you that this game has a plot, XD. So basically what Pokey is doing here is some exposition. This game started with the prophecy that Ness and his 3 nerdy friends would save the day. However, it didn't predict that Pokey would be a petty nerd willing to destroy the entire universe for the drama of it all. But now we're here. Gigyas is no longer a physical entity, he is evil energy embodied. And so we have to face this and Pokey. So now we are about to launch into the final battle of Earthbound. And I'm pretty hyped about it, so get ready folks, we're getting into it. Man, Pokey is such a derisive character in the fandom. You know, a lot of people spent a lot of time and energy arguing whether or not Pokey is redeemable. And personally, I mean, it's a video game, so I'm not going to get particularly twisted about it, but you know, he does make a very comical villain, because he is just so extremely petty and mean for no fucking reason, essentially. And I mean, I guess he does have his, like, a tiny bit of an excuse. He wants friends or something, but I mean, you know, he is kind of trying to destroy the entire world, so. My personal favorite reading of Pokey is that he's just a petty internet homosexual that loves using passive-aggressive emoticons, and that Ness and Pokey are homosexual nemesises. And as far as I'm concerned, that's canon, because, I mean, there's nothing that contradicts that, right? I guess the internet technically existed when Earthbound was released, but it wasn't really a thing in the same capacity. So what you need to do during this fight is basically keep everyone healthy as Ness, and you can load up on shields to help you out. It will make the battle a good bit easier, because Gigyas is going to constantly be casting AoE PSI attacks on you. Another thing you can do to make this fight easier is to use the status ailment Brain Shock, and this is one of the only fights that this is extremely useful in. Basically, it does confusion based off of your IQ score, and your IQ score basically determines your ability for psychic powers, and because Gigyas is essentially psychic power, he is extremely vulnerable to Brain Shock. And that means he will have a chance of attacking himself or Pokey. Now, that pinging sound you heard was actually Gigyas attacking himself, whenever Gigyas is hit with a PSI attack, he automatically reflects it, even if it's his own, so there's always a chance that when he reflects those attacks, it's just going to bounce back and hit him. But other than that, this fight's pretty easy. There are 2 phases to the real fight, and then the last segment of the battle is basically an extended cutscene, in my opinion. But other than that, we are good to go. We have our status ailment on Pokey and Gigyas, and we just need to whip out the big damage. So, what should I tell y'all about? I don't know. It's 8:48 p.m. and I am playing this video game because I'm gay and single. My room's really hot too. Actually, I need to turn on the AC. I have to turn off my fan when I'm recording because it picks up on the mic and it makes my audio quality go down. But other than that, I don't know. I've got nothing going on. You know, I've been messaging this guy on and off on Grindr, and I like him a lot, but he really loves drugs. And that is a little bit of a problem for me because I'm not necessarily about that, you see, and he just really is, and I can tell that that's gonna be something that causes me grief in the long run. But I think that's also a sign of my growth, because when I was younger, I would just be like, oh, this person likes me, they're gonna validate me, let me just ruin my whole life for them. But anyway, now that we've done that much damage to Pokey, Pokey is gonna piece the fuck out and actually unleash Gigyas. This thing that Gigyas is inside of, this background, is actually a machine that is meant to contain his power. But Pokey is about to unleash Gigyas from this machine so he can wreak havoc on our party, and so Pokey can have a good ol' XD in the background while we get the shit beaten out of us. But, well, it is a gazillion years too early for you to oppose Gigyas. You must feel pretty stupid to keep fighting without even knowing what Gigyas looks like. If you were to ever see Gigyas, you'd be so petrified with fear you'd never be able to run away. That's how scary it is. So, do you want me to turn off the devil's machine? Well, prepare to be amazed. And he's out this piece. Okay, so we're fighting 100% pure Gigyas now. Pokey is about to GTFO. So isn't this terrifying? I'm terrified too. Gigyas cannot think rationally anymore, and he isn't even aware of what he's doing right now. His own mind was destroyed by his own incredible power. What an almighty idiot. Yup, that's what he is. And you will be just another meal to him. You know, this is one of those points in Earthbound where everyone is like, oh my god, XD, this game is so creepy and random. And I mean, I do think that this game is a little bit freaky, especially at this point, but I do think people tend to overstate the creepiness of games, in part because I guess they're remembering playing them as children, when I guess it is decidedly a bit more disturbing. But I think sometimes people go a little bit, they just go a little bit too far with hyping up the weirdness of this fight or how disturbing it is. I will say it is a little bit unsettling to have that red face in the background. Oh shit, Paula got murdered to death. Well then. So, we need to resurrect Paula ASAP. That is our top priority. So, the first thing we're going to do is heal Pooh, and then we are going to have Pooh revive Paula. Actually, you know what I can do? I have a Horn of Life. Yeah, let's go ahead and shove that in her mouth. There you go. So, what we're supposed to do in this phase of the battle is actually do damage to Gigyas until it pushes him to the next phase. And that is what we are going to do in just a bit. But first, we could probably stand to Brain Shock Gigyas again, so let's do it. There we go. Alright. And basically, if you use Brain Shock and you just keep fighting Gigyas, it's pretty hard to lose here. Because he'll also attack himself a lot because of the confusion. But like I was saying, I am talking to this dude, and he's pretty cute actually. I am very physically attracted to him, and we talk pretty easily. But again, he just loves him some hallucinogens and some hard drugs, and it really is bumming me out a little bit. I don't know if I've mentioned this in a video. I don't want to say I was seeing, because that's not remotely true. I was talking to this dude for a while, who I found out had a pretty bad meth addiction, and we had got pretty close, and I really liked him, and he actually messaged me like a year or so later, because he dropped out of college, and kind of flirted with me a bit, but I just really could not, I'm not really interested in dating someone who does hard drugs. I think it's because a lot of my friends in high school, and a lot of people I knew or I ran into in my life, ended up having like really bad drug addictions or just really struggling with addiction, and I'm just not about it. It's a lot, and it's very emotionally draining. You must really be at the end of your rope. In this bizarre dimension, you four are the only fours fighting for justice, and here you stand, waiting to be burned up with all the rest of the garbage of the universe. That's so sad, I can't help but shed a tear. Honestly, Pokey is basically me, because I just love talking shit while I'm losing sometimes. Well, that's not 100% true, but, you know, I just love really talking a lot of smack no matter what I'm doing. And Pokey just seems to always chime in with shit to say when he is in the middle of losing. But right now, he's basically giving you a hint at what you need to do to win this fight. You need to use Paula's prayer ability to call for help, and you will connect your heart with that of the rest of the people that we've encountered throughout the game. So in this phase of the battle, all you really need to do is basically keep your party healed up and have Paula pray on cooldown, and then you will eventually win. So that is why I said this is basically just a cutscene. And once you pray, I think 9 times, you are basically done. And we get to see the credits. I don't know if I'm going to show the credits in this video. I might actually do it in another part after this, because the video is going to run probably like 30 or 40 minutes if I don't cut things up. But here are the first set of people we are going to reach out to. We got a Mr. Saturn staring at us with its venomous stinger sticking out towards the screen, and there's Dr. Andonats and Apple Kid. So they're about to give us some praise, give some prayer for us, and oh shit, they brought the rest of the Mr. Saturns. I really don't like those things. All of the Mr. Saturns felt a new, startling feeling they had never experienced before, and they all started praying for the safety of Ness and his friends. There we go, and every time we do that, Gigyas will start taking an increasingly large amount of damage. But otherwise, you just have to have everyone else in the party defend, as long as this goes on, and you should be good. But like I was saying about that dude, you know, when I was younger, I was really, I mean, I still am. Actually, I guess I should back up. You know, I'm a very love-motivated person. And I've spent most of my gay life feeling really unlikable and really unlovable, and having trouble imagining a future for myself. And then that was a deception, because I always found eventually someone who would like me. The problem is that they were a bad person to be with, and they treated me really bad. And because I thought that I was unlovable when I stumbled into love, I just did not know how to protect myself from it. And I think that's something that I actually have seen in a lot of other gay people. Like, when we end up with someone, we're so excited that it's very hard for us to see maybe that bad things are going on. It's like, it's so easy to be really entrenched in feelings of happiness from from finally being with someone that you don't necessarily notice that maybe you're kind of maybe stunting your own growth a little bit. Like, I would just put everything that I was doing for myself on hold for other people because I was just so desperate to be loved. And now I am not really as much like that, although I do have hints of that through my person. I should probably read this dialogue. Paula's father thought that he somehow heard his daughter's voice and prayed sincerely for the safety of Paula and her friends. But now I'm in this position where, you know, it's like I don't really want to put myself in a position where I have to suffer, basically, to love someone, or like where I'm going to put myself in, I don't want to say danger, but put myself in a position where I'm making my life harder than it has to be just to experience love, you know what I mean? Because it's like, even though it's something that's kind of elusive, it's not something to like ruin my life over, basically. And that's not to say that dude would ruin my life, but it's from experience being around people who do a lot of drugs and do a lot of drugs regularly. It's not necessarily a good scene for me to be in, especially because I struggle with addiction and impulse control myself. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop that conversation because it don't match the cuteness of these sprites on the screen. Suddenly, Tony felt anxious about Jeff, and he prayed strongly for the safety of Jeff and his friends. Tony, my gay icon. That's pretty funny that they brought Tony up when I was talking about that, but... Oh my gosh, Gigyas is really going through it. Kimochi, oh my gosh. Ness. And, you know, Gigyas is actually a little bit of a meme, honestly, because of the lines that happen in this battle. You know, they're really trying hard to portray Gigyas as being otherworldly and like some sort of abstract entity. So all of his attacks are basically like you cannot comprehend the nature of them, and they have trouble describing them. But in reality, they're actually just variations of the PSI attacks that we have experienced throughout the game. Like, one of them is essentially PSI Thunder, and then another one is basically PSI Gaming. Huh. Oh shit. It's Dalam. Okay, Oh, it's because they have the same character model. I was trying to remember who these people were, but like, there are only two different character models for women in Dalam XD. A young woman in Dalam woke from a dream in which Prince Pooh died, and she began to pray for the well-being of Pooh and his friends. Okay, well, thank you. I will take those prayers. I'm trying to remember what I was feeling when I first played this game for myself and I got to this part. The thing is that I was old enough to like already know like what the final battle was, and that's why I mentioned that like Gigyas was a meme, basically, because it's like it's this entity you have no way of really defeating with force. You have to use human emotion to beat him, and I had read about Earthbound a lot because I was really interested in it, even though I never got to play it. And so once I got a ROM of it and had some time when I started college, I got into it, but I already knew everything. But I was not really prepared for how hard this game was gonna fucking be, because it really is pretty brutal. Suddenly, Frank recalled Ness's shining, young face, and began to pray diligently for the safety of Ness and his friends. But, I gotta figure out what game I'm gonna be playing next. I might start playing through Mother 3 next. I don't know, I kind of don't want to, honestly. Well, I do, because Mother 3 is a lot more fun than Earthbound, but it's also hard, a little bit. It's not... That's not true, it's not hard, it's hard for me to Let's Play, there we go, because there's a lot going on in the game. For advice for people who are interested in doing Let's Plays, RPGs are really good if you... I forgot what I was doing. I am going to use PSI Life Up on everyone. There we go. And then we're going to give some more praise. There we go, there we go. Doing RPGs is... playing RPGs is a good way to start Let's Playing, because it lets you talk a lot if you have that style of Let's Playing, but at the same time, it is very easy to completely zonk out, like I am doing right now, and end up simply doing what I'm doing and forgetting about what the fuck I was just talking about. What was I talking about, Mom? I was talking about RPGs. There we go. Hello, Ness's mom. Thank you for distracting us. What's good? Oh, shit. Oh, hey, it's our sister. And our dog. Suddenly, Ness's mother felt terribly uneasy, and she began to pray for the safety of her son and his friends. There you go. Alright, we got doggy prayers now, so we're definitely gonna win this battle. Alright, and this is Gigyas' final phase. We just need to keep praying, and then we've got things under control. I actually did a lot of research to see if this scene actually causes seizures in people, because I was like, what the fuck, what if I accidentally, like, hurt someone with this video? One of the 46 people who are probably going to watch this, because that's usually what I average out at, but... after my own research, I learned that there's actually a very low risk of something like this causing a seizure, even though it's flashing a lot. And I don't know exactly why, but I know it, and that also there was an urban legend that this would cause seizures, but it, in fact, did not, and very, very few people experience seizures from stuff like this, so I'm pretty hyped about it. But, you know, if you're playing this game by yourself, and you haven't spoiled yourself, if you figured out the prayer thing, you might think you need to stop here and switch up what you're doing, because the prayers get sucked up into the void of the universe while this is happening, and so it seems like the prayer is no longer working, but in fact you just have to persist and hold out hope, which is honestly the spirit of this game. You know, it's a little bit poetic that it actually is the connection to other people that ends up defeating Gigyas. Oh shit, they're talking to me. Oh my gosh. Shit, I missed it. So basically, the final prayer actually goes out to you, the player. And we are the ones who end up giving the final prayer that defeats Gigyas, which is pretty cute. Ethan Bonreal kept praying. Oh man, I'm praying it up over here, y'all. I'm just singing holy songs of praise atop my lungs. There we go. And we did it, Mom. We beat Earthbound. It's been... Is this part 50? I don't know if this is part 49 or 50, but we beat it. We beat the fucking game. Holy shit. I'm so glad. Oh my lord. It's been thousands of goddamn years since we started this Let's Play. It has probably been literally a year. I'm not 100% sure. But Pokey jumps in to talk shit one more time. Ness, now, well, it's gonna look like I'm running away, but perhaps I'll just sneak away to another era to plan my next attack. It's a good bet that we'll see each other again. Alright, I'll be seeing ya. Later, nerds. And he's gone. Ooh, man, I can't decide. You know, I also kind of want to finish my Final Fantasy Tactics Let's Play, because that's a good game where you can just waste a lot of time and talk about random shit during it, TBH. But I also partly wanted to start doing, like, just quick Let's Plays of roguelike games. Like, I've really wanted to do a recording of Risk of Rain, but the thing with that is is either really short or really long, and the game is pretty variable with how long a run will go. But I don't know, maybe that could be cute. Because I also want to start posting my videos on Reddit again. Oh well. Anyway, we did it, Mom. We saved the universe or something. I I do not 100% remember why we were doing what we were doing, but I'm sure it was for a very heroic reason. You know, that's one of the memes or the things in this Let's Play that I've really harped on is that Earthbound doesn't. It has a plot, but it's not super duper coherent. And it's really more about the feelings that you have. And ironically, feelings are what defeat Gygyas. Is it maybe poetic? I don't know. You tell me. But the war against Gygyas is over. And our cracked robot bodies are just kind of laying there. But our souls actually remember that this is a children's game, so they decide that it is time to leave things on a happier note, and they head back to the future because we are in the past, because the whole reason we turned into fucking robots was because humans cannot travel to the past, robots have to do it for some reason. So, you know, that also means we are getting pretty close to me cutting this goddamn video, y'all. So, we're gonna watch Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh get the souls returned to their bodies. I like that Dr. Andonauts just basically laid their bodies on the fucking ground. Instead of, like, putting them somewhere, he just kind of dumped them out of the phase distorter and was like, I guess this will work out somehow, but, you know, good for him. I'm glad he had the foresight to do something so negligent. You know, it would also be really great. I would love to do a Let's Play of a 3D Zelda game. I'm also to be real, like, when Final Fantasy 15 comes out, I am gonna, like, try my hardest to do an LP of it. I don't know if my computer can handle that, but we will see. I'm gonna try to record it when it comes out and see what my video quality is like, and if it's not ultra terrible, even if it's gonna be, like, in 320p, or 340p, we are gonna fucking do it, y'all. I must return to Dalam and use this experience for the good of my country. Ness, Paula, Jeff, let me demonstrate a strange power before I go. I realized this power as a child. PSI farewell, now. And I'll see you again someday. He's warping, y'all. And get the fuck out of here. So, I am going to end the video here. In the next video of Earth... Oh shit, wait, we got more talking to do. What's up, Jeff? Paula, Ness, it was great to hang out with you guys. It really was. I'm glad that I had a chance to use some of the theories that I have been studying so hard. It's remarkable. If, just maybe, well, if you two get hit someday, maybe I'll be the one that fixes your broken electronics. I'm gonna stay here for a while and see if I can learn more from Dr. Andonauts. I mean, from my dad. So it looks like this is goodbye for now, my friends. Ness, will you escort me home? Well, of course. I'd be glad to do that. I'll miss all of you, but I really have to go back to just being a regular kid. Well, I gotta get going. So, this is where I'm gonna cut the video. The final part of Earthbound is gonna be the next episode, and I guess it's gonna be more of a bonus part. I'm just gonna be walking around talking. After you beat Earthbound, you get to see the changes that took place in the world from defeating Gygyas, which is pretty cute. And I will show off things and how things have progressed, I guess, and then that will be the true end of this Earthbound Let's Play. So in the meantime, I'm Ethan Bonreal, and I'm out this piece, so I'll catch you nerds later. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.